Hello! Okay. While I wait for everyone to get here, make sure that this is working. Cool. How is everybody? Oh, I need to pop this out. Cool. Hi everyone. Welcome to Something Scary Live. It is back. Unfortunately, the YouTube show as it was is still on pause because it was just too much work for one person. But I will be continuing these live streams every Wednesday because you guys keep sending me so many awesome stories and I want to make sure that they get told. So if you, where is it? Yeah, so if you email this address right here, somethingscary@snarled.com, maybe I'll read your story. You can also submit stories via our Discord. Oh shoot, I took the Discord link off here. That's my bad. It's discord.gg/snarled. It's not very hard to remember, I hope. Yeah, so just kidding. Last time was not the last time. But yeah, so we wanted to keep doing these live streams because I want to keep in touch with you guys. Something Scary as a YouTube show is on hold, on pause, on hiatus. But that's because we are working on some secret behind the scenes stuff regarding Something Scary. So it's not totally dead. I wish I could tell you more, but I can't. So anyways, that's part of the reason why we're going to be continuing these live streams, because I want to keep you guys updated. You know, I want to let you guys know, like, if there's any cool updates and stuff. Anyways, I don't know what I'm saying. I had a lot of caffeine today, and I, like, gave up caffeine a long time ago, so this is going to be great. So I've got a couple really awesome stories for you from Potato, Tia, the one who follows, and Duvide Cosplay. So today's theme is those who watch. So all of the stories are about, like, creepy figures that have been watching you and stuff, just like creepy stuff like that. Hey, Jeffrey Bunting, thank you for the £2 super chat. Behind the scenes stuff, fast food fun salt. I don't know, maybe, but I can't tell you yet because I don't want to jinx it. Also, because there's nothing to tell yet, anyways. But all right, I hope I'm not, like, screaming into this microphone. Also, I just want to show off my cool shirt. You guys like my shirt? On Wednesdays, we wear black. Anyways, it's my new favorite shirt. Happy Wednesday, everybody. So, as always, we're going to start off with a Spooky Duke riddle. This one's not super hard, but whatever. Okay. Ahem. Ahem. Oh my God, I've had so much caffeine. The police find... Okay, this one's called Tracks in the Snow. The police find a dead man lying in a field of snow. The man was murdered. The police find a set of tire tracks leading away from the field. They follow the tracks to a nearby farm. At the farmhouse, they find an old man and a disabled woman sitting on the porch. They question the man and woman and discover that neither of them can drive. Then they arrest the woman for murder. Why do they arrest her? All right, so I'll let you guys think on that for a little bit. Oof, all of a sudden my collarbone started hurting. Yikes. Is this what getting old is? Guys, I think I'm dying. Okay. Oof. There might be a problem with me. Anime-kun. Anime-kun. Thank you for the super chat. I love your shirt. It tells how my soul is. Yes. All right. Our first story comes from Potato. Oop, I got a burp. Nope. Oh, don't you hate that when it's like the burp comes and then it, like, doesn't? Whew, this is going to be a weird stream today, guys. It's been a while. It has not been a while. It's only been like 2 weeks. Anyways. Hello! I'd like to submit my story of our home being watched by somebody. It was late evening of December 16. Me and my bestie had the idea of going out to the plains near my house. I took a flashlight and I told my parents that we were going to the sauna to party with others. We were careful that nobody noticed us sneak away, so we used our flashlight sparingly. I then saw a phone flashlight light up near my house. I stopped in my tracks and hid my flashlight. I heard my best friend's nervous voice. "Hey, Helen, shine the light. I can't see." I jokingly replied, "Ha! Find your own way." Her voice grew into a quiet yelling. "I seriously need to see who's there." I tried to assure her that it was my dad. She didn't believe me. She pointed away from my home. "Over there." "Who was that?" she asked me. I was skeptical, so I replied, "That's the lights of my neighbor's house. You know, that annoying cousin Laura." She came up to me and said, "There was somebody walking there." I instantly knew it couldn't be anyone from my family. Sorry, one sec. Aha, okay. Everybody was partying and it was also late outside. I acted fast. I turned on my flashlight and grabbed my friend's hand. We ran towards my house. I was afraid to look back. I didn't want to. I let go of my bestie's hand when we reached the doorstep. We went to sleep, but neither of us could stop thinking about what she saw. Next morning, we woke up late. We ate very little and we went searching for anything that would prove that what my best friend saw was real. We both noticed some footprints on the snow at the place where my friend had seen the creature. We followed the footprints to the forest near my home. Before the forest, we saw something weird, like something or somebody had laid down there. There were also footprints of a different figure heading the other way. I was confused. We decided to give up the hunt and she returned home. The next day was Monday. I was just waiting for the bus and listening to music when my grandma, who was a teacher at that school, came up to me and started talking to me. She asked me, "Have you heard the news?" I shook my head. "You know Conahan, Dad's dog?" she asked. I nodded. I was afraid of the news. She sighed. "He was found dead yesterday morning," she quietly said. I was terrified. Did that creature really intend to kill? So when me and my best friend ran, they were forced to find somebody else? Ah! Thank you for that story to Potato. I don't know if that's real. I choose to believe it's real. It's more fun that way. Ooh. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Xing Bling was eating a Philly cheese when my notifications came on. Then my demo started. I choked so hard my eyes started to burn. Please don't die. Oh, I see some people have figured out the riddle. Oh. Oh. Sorry, I should probably not be reading notifications while I'm live. So next story comes from Tia. Tia and Tamara. Nobody would understand what I'm talking about. All right, Tia. My family has always believed in the supernatural. My sister would always point out lost spirits on pavements at night. My niece would always be scared of the scary figure outside at night. But one thing that made everything certain was the dark figure watching my dad. My dad works 2 jobs, day and night, and doesn't really get much rest. So when he comes home, he usually passes out anywhere, including the couch. We would all leave him be, as we knew he was exhausted, and just go about our day normally. Until I heard my sister and Mom freaking out. I ran into the living room to see them, pale, scared, and frozen in place, staring at my dad as he slept on the couch. "What's wrong?" I asked. Neither of them spoke. I looked at Dad, and he looked completely fine. "Guys, what is it?" I asked, getting impatient. My sister looked at me and said, "He was there, watching Dad, the man. He bent over the couch and watched him." My mom nodded softly in agreement, not breaking eye contact from Dad. Later on, I asked my sister to describe what she saw. He was very tall, around 6 feet, and he had a dark cloak on and a hood. I couldn't see his face. It was just darkness. Me and Mom see him everywhere. He's usually standing on the top of the stairs, watching us. We didn't say anything so it wouldn't freak you out. But there's a monk here that's obsessed with Dad. What? No! Tia, So there's a monk, a ghost of a monk that's obsessed with your dad. I have a lot of questions. Like, why? Okay, maybe that's not a lot of questions. It's just one question. We got some super chats during that story. Thank you, Amanda Rodas and the Great Gabsby. Yay, you're back. I missed you all, you snarlies. Oh, thank you. I missed you guys too, and that's why I'm here. Hey, T and Tamara, sister. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, hi everyone. If you are just joining, if you're new to the stream, welcome back to Something Scary Live. The Something Scary YouTube series is still on hold, unfortunately, but that's because we are working on some super duper secret behind the scenes stuff that I can't really share, but I just want to let you guys know that Something Scary might resurrect as something different in the future, something better. We don't know. I don't know. But wanted to continue doing these live streams to keep you guys posted on that. So make sure you tune in every Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on Snarled. Make sure you have your notifications checked on and you're subscribed so that you know when I go live. Or you could just, remember this time. All right, next story we've got comes from username The One Who Follows. I think this was sent through email. Oh, yeah. Also, hey, if you have a story and you want it submitted, email it to here, somethingscary@snarled.com. Very easy. All right. Jenna lived with her mom and dad in a small town. Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure they made this up. I hope it's not real. Jenna lived with her mom and dad in a small town. She had no siblings, so she was the only child. One night, Jenna's parents were going out for the night for their wedding anniversary. Since her parents were going out, that meant Jenna could stay home alone. This was her first time staying home alone. Her parents trusted Jenna staying home alone. Oh my God, repeat that phrase a million more times. Because she was 16. There's leftovers in the fridge if you get hungry. Make sure you turn off all the lights and clean whatever mess you make before you go to bed, her mom said. Call us if you need anything. Her dad said, "We love you." "Love you too. Hope you have a great time tonight," Jenna said. Her parents then left. Jenna was so excited because she was able to do whatever she wanted. She grabbed chips and popcorn and whatever snacks she could find in the kitchen. She grabbed her snacks and her blanket and went in the living room to watch some horror movies. After she had gone through the first movie, it started to snow. The snow started to stick to the ground. The TV was next to the window, so she was able to see that it was snowing outside. After a few more movies, she saw something outside the window. It was snowing hard outside, so she wasn't able to make out what it was until it got closer. Jenna was able to make out a tall man with a knife in his hand, staring at her. He had a creepy grin on his face and his eyes were wide open. Jenna was so scared. She didn't know what to do. So she grabbed her phone, hid under her blanket, and called the police. 911, what's your emergency? There's a creepy man standing outside my window and he has a knife in his hand. Okay, calm down. What's your address? 28 Cherry Street. Okay, the police are on their way. Once the call ended, Jenna peeked up from her blanket to see if the man was still there. And as she guessed it, he was still there, with that same grin on his face. She quickly hid under her blanket and waited for the police. 10 minutes later, the police arrived. They knocked on her door, and when she came up from her blanket, the man was gone. She didn't care because she was just glad that the police were there. She opened the door and saw 3 police officers at the door. She let them in to investigate, but one of the officers was questioning her. So where did you see him? The officer asked. Outside my window. One of the officers who were investigating went outside the window to see if there were any footprints. There weren't any. That's when that officer came back in and told him that there weren't any footprints outside. What? How is that possible? I saw him standing outside my window, Jenna yelled. Look, you're home alone. You were probably just paranoid and thought you saw something, one of the officers said. No, I saw him standing there, Jenna yelled. Well, I'm sorry, but there's nothing we can do, the officer said. As the police were about to leave, one of them just so happened to look behind the couch down at the carpet. What he saw put him in complete shock. He saw 2 wet footprints with a knife next to them. The police officer then The police officer then told the other officers what he saw. The officer then told Jenna that the man wasn't outside her window. He was actually standing right behind her the whole time. Jenna was looking at his reflection in the window. The end. Super spooks. You know what's like kind of funny about that is that this story, multiple people sent me this story, but like phrased differently. So, yo, I can tell if you guys are just jacking stories from places because people will send multiple things. So I can't be tricked is what I'm saying. So the one who follows, thank you for sending it, even though I know you didn't write it. um, Bly the kid, thank you for the super chat. So happy to see the live stream again. Yay! I'm so happy to be here again. Madison Gamer 283 dot dot dot. Hi. um. Okay. All right, we've got one more story, and then I'm gonna give you guys the riddle answer, and then I'm gonna head out. Oh, Nana Starfield, thank you for the top super chat of the day so far. Hey, Sapphire, just contributing to one of my favorite channels / YouTubers. Glad you're back. Oh, yeah, this is my first time participating in a live stream. Okay, bye. Yay, welcome, Nana Starfield. Thank you so much for the super chat. It's very generous of you. All right. And now for the oh, this is a good one. So this is actually a story that was submitted to me on Instagram like months ago. I wanted to use it for an episode of Something Scary and then just like was never able to. So I'm really happy to read it now because it's a long one. So just like bear with me. All right. All right. So this is from Duvide Cosplay. Hi, I just saw the new video and I actually do have a similar experience. This is my father's story, but my mother and multiple other people have been affected by it as well. My family has lived at the mountains of North Carolina for our entire lives. During his teenage years, sorry, I have a burp. My father lived on my grandfather's large, what? Hang on. During his teenage years, my father lived on my grandfather's large Christmas tree farm and would often go to help out the neighbors and hang out with their kids. Their house was on the property and was about a 10-minute walk away. Well, one day, he had stayed too long at their house and found that it was night when he came out. He didn't mind because he walked in the dark before, so he began his way home. That night, he noticed that the moon was bright, so that cheered him up some. However, after some time, he felt like something was watching him. When he looked towards the woods, he noticed a figure in the trees staring at him. Immediately, he knew that this wasn't good. Every time he moved forward, it looked as though it was moving closer to him, but no matter what, it wouldn't come out into the light. Seeing this, he began to run home, but since the property was family-owned, there weren't many lights, so there were large gaps of darkness in his path. Once or twice he looked back as he passed these patches of dark and he would see the figure jumping from shadow to shadow. Eventually, he saw his house and the porch light was on. At the time, he had a large elk hound named Bullet, and the dog was never scared of anything, but it refused to leave the porch and kept barking frantically at him as if he were telling my dad to hurry and get in the light. Once my dad reached the light, he looked back to see the figure, standing in the shadows, still watching him. Feeling brave now that he had light, he started to make fun of it and wave a stick around at it, challenging it to come and get him. That was when he realized that the lights in the house and back of it weren't on. At that moment, the figure seemed to notice as well and began to dash for the back of the house. My dad ran in and turned on all of the lights, except for the attic. After that night, he kept hearing things in the attic and would get strange dreams. Eventually, he told his mother, whom was heavily into good witchcraft, as she would say. She had a group she would go to with similar people, and so she suggested he come with her and tell the leader of the group. When they arrived, he told the story to her, and the leader assured him that everything would be fine after that night. She then began the meeting. Their meetings consisted of going into a sort of trance where they imagined their own paradise of sorts, and they were all animals. Well, as they were conducting this, one of the members commented about something feeling off, and slowly everyone else in the group agreed. The leader was convinced it was my dad's creature and decided to challenge it and say that it had no right to be bothering him and it must be a coward if it wouldn't show itself completely now. Moments later, she began to have a heart attack. Once she got to the hospital, the doctors found that she had a heart condition that neither her or her husband had ever known about. This soon became like a curse for my father. Every time he would tell someone about it, they would end up being attacked. This even happened to my mother. My mother is full Native American, and she lived on the reservation at the time she met my father. She's always loved the paranormal, and she often walked to the cemetery near her house to visit her deceased family. As she tells me, all spirits want is someone to acknowledge them and that there was nothing to be afraid of. Well, one night, while my father and her were dating, they were at her house and got into a huge fight that resulted in my mother running out of the house to go and cool off. That night, it had been storming, and my dad says that this creature is always the most active during storms. So he expected my mother to be back soon. Sure enough, minutes later, she came running back in, terrified, and demanded to know what she had seen. She claimed that when she ran outside to go down the hill, she'd seen a shadow figure at the bottom, staring up at her, and that she had been filled with fear and dread. However, she knew better than to show it and give in, so she stood her ground and watched it. Eventually, she said it turned around and left. Ever since then, my father tries his best to not tell other people that he thinks he may be prone to being attacked. However, every now and then, he still sees it and even hears it. I think that I've even had an experience or two with it. Everyone in my family knows about it, and I've heard the stories from his friends and family, and the look of fear they get as they tell their experiences is always so genuine. And parts of the story even add up. One of my dad's dreams was that he was running from a pack of wolves that were sent by something with two of his friends, and that he had made it to safety, but they didn't. Well, shortly after, one of those two friends died, and the other one was imprisoned for torturing and killing him. In school, my history teacher actually told the class about that case because he had to be on jury for it. For my family, this is very real. What? I love this story. It's so creepy. Thank you, Juvi Cosplay. That's so creepy. I think one of the creepiest things about it is, oh God, like stories where when you hear about it, it like makes you vulnerable to like being attacked by the thing. So creepy. Well, thank you. Anyways, that's all the stories I've got. If you have a story of your own, Ray is Cray11. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you guys for sticking around till the end. Before I give you guys the answer to the riddle, I want to remind you that Something Scary Live is back every Wednesday, same time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So make sure you have your notifications turned on and you're subscribed to Snarled so you know when I go live. And then also every Wednesday I do a show called Ouija Wednesday. I'm going to have my friend Brett Hunley on tonight. So if you follow my Twitch, it's right here, Sapphire Sandalo. Go to my Twitch. We're going live at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tonight. And I also do games, drawing, and like dog things on my Twitch. So come join me. What else do I do? Oh, and I also, if you guys want a free tarot reading from me, I need to practice. So every Thursday on my Instagram, and you can follow it right here, Awkward Sapphire, on Instagram, every Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will, do the thing. There's like a two-way thing that you could do on Instagram, and I will give you a free tarot reading. I've been doing it for a couple weeks now, and it's super fun, and it's really good practice for me. It's not spooky. There's nothing creepy about tarot cards. It's a fun time. So do that. Follow me on Instagram, and then join me tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and maybe I'll give you a free reading. That's always fun, right? Ray's Cray, thank you for the other super chat. This says yay. And also to answer your questions. Anime Kun, love these stories. Thank you for the super chat. So just to clarify, Something Scary as a YouTube show is no longer a thing right now, but we've got some stuff in the works that I can't tell you about. But these live streams will be continuing. School Spirit is done for now too. There was only meant to be 5 episodes. We were never sure in the beginning, like how long it was if there was gonna be another season yet. So yeah, no more School Spirit either. But yeah, stick around for the live streams because I will update you on life. All right, you guys ready for the riddle answer? I'm going to reread the riddle for you and then see if you're right. All right. The police find a dead man lying in a field of snow. The man was murdered. The police find a set of tire tracks leading away from the field. They follow the tracks to a nearby farm. At the farmhouse, they find an old man and a disabled woman sitting on the porch. They question the man and woman and discover that neither of them can drive. Then they arrest the woman for murder. Why did they arrest her? They arrested her because she was in a wheelchair. The tire tracks were from her wheelchair. She's a murderer. Anyways. But yeah, so thank you for joining me for Something Scary Live. I'm happy to be back. Make sure that you are subscribed and your notifications are turned on. Don't forget to follow me. This is my Twitter and Instagram, Awkward Sapphire. My YouTube and Twitch is Sapphire Sandalo. And then I have also a Facebook, sapphiresandalo.official. Email your stories to somethingscary@snarled.com. And I think there's something else I wanted to say. Now I forgot. No. Oh, join me for Ouija Wednesday tonight. Okay. All right. Bye, everybody. Join me later tonight, please. Thanks.